All right, today I will be teaching you how to play pickleball, and this will be from the standpoint of doubles pickleball. So right here, I have a diagram of what the court is going to look like, and for doubles, you'll have two people on this side, two people on this side, and then this is just like the net coming down the middle, and the kitchen as well. And I'll be going over later what the kitchen's gonna be like. Pickleball is pretty similar to other racket sports, including badminton, a little bit of tennis, pickleball, you could even say. And so, yeah, the first step that I'll be teaching you for how to play pickleball is the serve. So, what you want to do for the serve is say this is the line, the back line that you'll be serving for. You want to start with your dominant foot back. Your dominant foot is going to be the one that's similar with the hand that you're holding your racket in, and you have to keep it at waist level, so you can't serve overhand, and yeah, so serve underhand, and it all has to be one fluid motion. You can't chop at the serve. It has to be a rotation over the wrist, and yeah, so you can drop it once, or you can just hit it out of your hand. And when you hit it, your front foot comes around and you get in your defensive position. And so I'll show you here on the diagram for on the serve. Say the person right here is serving. They have to stand behind this line, and they have to serve it over into this side, and it can't land in the kitchen. It has to land in this box. So that's the serve. It goes from here to here. Vice versa, if the person's serving from here, it would have to go to here. So once the serve happens, the person hits the ball over the net into this box, then the returner has to let it bounce and hit it over the net, and it can go anywhere they want. However, there is this rule in pickleball where you have to let the ball bounce twice. So once on the serve, you have to let it bounce, and then on the return, these returners have to let it bounce too. So they can't, after the serve, they can't come up here and start playing it out of the air. It's important to stay back here and wait for the ball to bounce before they can hit. And so once those two bounces occur, then it's okay to hit the ball out of the air during rallies. However, if you do hit the ball out of the air during a rally, and you don't let it bounce, you have to stay behind this line, and you can't be in what's called the kitchen. So the kitchen is an area where you're not allowed to hit the ball out in the air if it did not bounce. And this is just so it keeps the game a lot more competitive, and it makes it more challenging. And it would be way easier if you could hit the ball out of the air in this area. You could just smash it every time. So that's why they have the kitchen. And so yeah, the kitchen has 3 rules. You can't start in the kitchen and hit. You can't be like in the kitchen while you're hitting it, during you're hitting it, and then you can't fall in the kitchen afterwards when you hit it. So this is a really crucial piece to the game, and you have to make sure that you always stay out of it if you're hitting the ball out of the air. Now, there is an aspect of the game called dinking, where you can let the ball drop over, bounce in the kitchen, and then you can dink it back over. And that is what that's what a lot of people do, especially like in the short game, where they just dink it over the net and let it bounce in the kitchen. Yes, you can step in the kitchen and then hit it over. Yep, so it keeps going. A point is scored when someone hits it out of bounds, bounces twice on your side, hits it in the net and it doesn't go over. And oh yeah, one more thing to clarify for the serve. It is allowed to hit the net and roll over. That is considered a point. However, if it hits the net and it doesn't roll over on your side, then it would go to the other team. And scoring is a lot different. It's so you can only score if it's your serve, basically. So to start the game, score is 0-0, and it would be 2 because the first person serving only gets one serve before it rotates to the other person. So it'd be 0-0-2, and then they would serve it over and keep playing. Now, if the person that's serving were to score, then they would get that point, and it would be 1-0-2. They still have that serve. If the person that served does not score, then it would go to the other side, and then it would be their time to serve, and it would be 0-0-1, because it's the first person. The 1 represents the first person serving, the 2 represents the second person serving. And so then on 0-0-1, the first serve, you always start on the right side of the court, and you serve, rally, keep going, and then say they were to score on their serve, then it would be 1-0, and it'd still be 1 because it's the first person scoring, and then they would now go to the left side and serve from there. Say they don't get it, now the score is 1-0-2, second person is serving, and they would stay where they were and serve from the right side. And so yeah, that's just how it goes. You can only score on your serve, first person to 11, and normally it's win by 2. And that's just a simple breakdown of how to play pickleball.